slowly and steadily going for it.
Yeah.
This might sound big, but is there any chance Good Market Sri Lanka in the future, maybe in the next 20 years, would go as Good Morning World?
Yes.
Good Market World, what am I saying? Yeah. So to make it more global, international, do you think that's possible?
Actually, because we know a lot of markets are going on in the Asia, definitely.
Okay.
We know the Thailand, they have a very good market. It's called farmers market, but definitely in Sri Lanka the good market can be a largest market in the Asia, definitely. That's our vision as a Sri Lankan youngs.
Well, as I mentioned before, I think that going green policy is an enormous thing. It's emerging everywhere, not just in Sri Lanka.
Yes.
So that's what I meant in my question when I asked whether it is potentially going to go global in future, and I got the right answer for it, yes. So I want to wish the both of you ladies very, very pleasant future, and hopefully I shall drop in soon to the Good Market as well.
Yes, please.
Yeah, and I've mentioned it, and I made the promise of Good Morning Sri Lanka. So
No, you have to keep it.
Yeah, exactly. Jinx, we said the same thing. Well, it was lovely having you again, and Good Morning Sri Lanka continues, though. You need to go there and have a look at yourself how going green takes place in Sri Lanka, and it's an amazing opportunity. But you missed a birthday party, this birthday event, but maybe next day if you can.
But they can come to the Sunday market?
Exactly.
Launching.
Yeah, it's in the weekend, and we'll be dropping in as well, hopefully. And thank you for watching the show so far, and we'll be back after the break with more surprises on the show right now. And join our Facebook fan page as well, and click a like. We'll be back. Welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. We've got 3 talkative ladies who just chatter non-stop, and I'm waiting for them to, zzz for a little bit, but then they wouldn't, because they're amazing, just the way they are. And they, when they start singing, they don't stop, because they've got amazing angelic voices to start off with. So good morning to the 3 of you.
Hi.
Hi. Good morning. How's the morning been so far?
Good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, I'm anyway an early morning person, but I'm not too
we
sure
all
about
know
these
you, also known as Shay, on the Yes Show, morning show. So soul sounds. So to start off with, Soundari Shahara Lanka, a warm welcome to Good Morning Sri Lanka. This must be another experience for you, adding onto your list in the diaries. So tell us about how soul sounds began, the origins of it, and the journey so far up until the moment that you're sitting right now.
Oh,
in a nutshell.
That would be a never-ending story, but in a nutshell, these girls were still in school. Some of them had just left.
Okay.
And this is Holy Family Convent, Bamba Pitya. And that was the first school choir back in 2004 that competed in an international competition, the Llangollen International Musical Eisteddfod in Wales.
Okay.
2004, they were placed first runners-up in the youth choir category, competing with more than 11 countries. And since then, after that, the girls wanted to continue singing, and some of them had left school. So that was the birth of Soul Sounds in 2004. Since then, we've toured a lot. We've competed at the World Choir Games in 2006 in China, won 2 silvers. 2008 World Choir Games in Austria, won 3 golds. Did a tsunami single release for the tsunami victims, an international label, Universal. Many concerts, many tours, France, Australia, USA, Malaysia, Kuwait, China, India.
The list goes on.
And
you wanted a nutshell.
Yeah,
Give it to you in a nutshell.
So we could actually have a longer conversation. It might never end. So we'll have an extended Good Morning Sri Lanka episode where we individually go for all the achievements. Shay, what about you? How did your journey? Of course, you were a part of it when it started off.
Very much. It started it happened all in 1996, because it's a memorable moment for me, because I was 11 years old, and we were all a part of the choir at school. That's pretty much how it sort of progressed to Soul Sounds. Because we all loved singing together. We thought, no way, this can't stop here. We need to do something together. We all love singing. And our first competition was with some premier schools, in fact, and I think we had the Peter.
That was in
1996.
And that was a local competition.
It's a local competition, but that's what started everything.
That's true.
And we won it. And it just just gave us that extra confidence, and we realized, and I remember Sounds you saying, you know what, we need to compete. We need to try and see if we can compete internationally.
Was that the turning point in your opinion?
Definitely, that was definitely the turning point, that competition and where it started and everything, took it.
So we only have 3 of you from 28 other ladies.
28 girls, yeah.
25 rather. So tell us about the other ones who are not here right now.
They're loud,
Yeah.
fun,
Fun.
Yeah.
energetic.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
together, let's just say the noise levels reach
Yeah.
And they're
big
very
levels.
One big noise.
Yeah.
One big noise. We can be silenced only with food.
food.
Apparently.
Apparently.
The ladies.
But jokes apart, they have beautiful voices. They're very passionate about their singing, and they're very hardworking and committed.
Okay.
Because I think what most probably don't know is none of them do music full time. So we all have our usual day jobs, and then
All are
evenings.
freelancers.
It's purely because they're very passionate about singing and music.
We have lawyers, bankers,
Bankers.
teachers, all that, the work.
So to pick these 28 out of yourselves, what were the criteria that you looked in and be like, she's the one? How did that process evolve? And who
Well, to
chose
most
for
it was
you?
almost automatic from school going on to Soul Sounds, and if they were part of that school choir that won, they wanted to sing, then they became part of Soul Sounds.
Okay.
But then now we've taken in new people, and it's, I think, in addition to a good voice,
Okay.
personality counts a lot.
passion.
How will
And
they
the
gel
passion,
with us?
yeah.
Because it's not all about achieving, it's all about, because Soul Sounds, I mean the name itself, we feel from the soul, so
Okay.
it's how well we gel together as a group. So if
Yeah.
you fit in well as a person, I mean, you don't have to have the greatest voice,
Okay.
but if you are passionate, if you are committed, and
So
if
the
you
entire
enjoy,
package.
yeah, it's an entire package, because Soul Sounds is an entire package.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
just
true.
about coming together, oh, let's study this piece of music, sing it and go back,
Yeah.
it's a lot more. It's like family. It's like
All right.
second family.
So Soul Sounds, the name, how did that originate? Who came up with that? Shay? I like to smile.
I think you'll be good at 11. Because your sister,
It
right?
was, funnily enough, my sister, there was a group, it's not really a group as such.
A few
Also,
of
there
us
were
used to
a
sing
few
for
people who used to
Christmas.
sing for Christmas.
Yeah.
This is
and
before the
Soundary.
groups
Before
started,
the sound
then,
started.
yeah.
And they were all sort of, and I remember I used to laugh and I wanted to sing with them, and I was just
Okay.
too young. Like, no, you can't sing.
Okay.
Things like that. No, I'm kidding. But they were all sort of sitting together and said, we need a fantastic name. And
Okay.
they kept saying, soul searchers to, I don't know, whatever.
So I
but,
had a
you know,
brainstorming
a
session.
brainstorming session, and in the end, Soul Sounds is that's how it came about, and we stuck
If not
with
for
it.
that, what was the name that you could have gone for?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, actually, we should try alternate names.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe as options.
I don't
So
know.
we can keep for the record.
Yeah.
You going back?
I don't even want to ask you for suggestions right now because you're
Yeah, we
way
do have
too
a suggestion. Yeah.
I have it, but not
Don't
on
ask
record,
Ella.
not on the show. After the show, I will give literally 20. All right. So from the moment of inception right up until now, what I've gathered so far is that y'all have moved on from something very small to something amazing, and we're about to witness some of those achievements in the long run as well. Tell us about the world victories that so far that you just briefed on, but we need a more detailed explanation on those.
Which one should we pick?
Yeah. Starting off in the right order.
Okay, so in 2004, the win at Wales was amazing because that was the first time we competed internationally. So
Okay.
just being there, watching other choirs.
Yeah.
And I think we can safely say that we were the first choir
From Sri
ever
Lanka.
from Sri Lanka
Yeah,
To compete in an
compete and
international
represent.
choral
Yeah.
competition.
To be
Yes, we
honest.
were.
So just that is a competition where not anyone can just compete. To compete itself, you have to send a CD, they audition you on that, and then they say, okay, you qualify. So
Okay.
getting to that stage was by itself an achievement. And
That was a
thereafter,
preliminary audition kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh.
so then after we went there and competed, and then to have come first runners up, that was, I think, amazing.
That was
Yeah.
amazing.
And also, I mean, we were exposed to a world of choral music we'd never known before, because
Okay.
in Sri Lanka we are just limited
It's
to
quite
our
limited, yeah.
only the choirs we know, but there and the styles and the different countries and the cultures and how they influence their singing and music and everything.
Yeah.
We were like
And they were highly taken up with the outfits.
with our outfits
Is
and
it?
Because
with
we had
our
these beautiful
and
batik saris
yeah.
and stuff, and they were like, oh my god.
because there was a parade preceding the competition, and you to come in your like sort of national kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we had like little segments of representation, like from masks, from the yaka masks to the to Kalagedi to
Just representing the
just
culture,
representing
yeah,
different aspects of Sri Lankan culture, and we were quite
a bit of a hit.
quite a hit.
And I mean, at this point, I have to say, artistic director is Jerome De Silva,
Okay.
and so it is his creativity that
He's the one who came up with this
came up
idea.
with
He's
all
like-
this idea.
Do you think authenticity plays a major role in any industry, especially in yours?
Well,
in what way do you mean authenticity?
Original in whatever you do. Now, you mentioned very clearly that you have to show off who you are as a Sri Lankan when you go up, especially in the global music industry. Do you think that is a potential factor that any musician should take in the real world?
Maybe they should.
yeah, they should, because
They
especially
should.
when you're with other countries.
Yeah, because
Shouldn't you?
yeah, because
We should, and also I think that's a good thing because it brings me back to the songs we sang.
Yeah.
So one was like a very Western choral work, but the other one was by a Sri Lankan composer, Minon Fernando and Mangala Mohta.
Okay.
And that song was very special, and that
Yeah.
was truly Sri Lankan. So that added, I think, to the judges probably being taken up with the way we sang it and our interpretation of it.
From that point on, right up till now, how did that influence you, the experience-wise?
Just to keep moving forward.
yeah, and then we
Totally
wanted to know
psyched.
more, and
Yeah.
we wanted
Okay.
to like there was like this thirst created to like see, okay, so there are other choral competitions, let's go see what it has to offer.
And what we learned from those
Yeah.
choirs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We wanted to learn a lot more from
It's
them.
not just about winning.
It's not about
yeah.
competing, it's about learning, exchange, because so many people didn't know Sri Lankans could speak English and that we can sing. So I mean, people have preconceived notions about different countries. I mean, and even some of the choirs we came across. I mean, when we went to the World Choir Games, we were amazed at the East Asian choirs, Indonesia,
Exactly.
China, Malaysia.
Who are
They were very
Fantastic, and you are just standing there with your
They could
mouth
do
open.
no
going,
wrong on
yeah,
stage.
and you're like, oh my gosh! And who would have thought those regions would ever produce choirs like that?
And we couldn't wait to come back and sort of
And
experiment with
yeah.
it and showcase that and try and put maybe a little bit of our flavor to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And add that, and that's the best part about when you go for a competition of that level, and the people you meet, and they're also
Yeah.
down to earth. There are times where we just go to the middle of
the cafeteria,
Yeah.
and then everybody
Start
bursts
singing.
into
Start
song.
singing,
And
everybody
just
jumps
start
in.
singing.
that is a
Okay.
clear
Yeah.
indication that music is universal because there are no barriers. There's
Yeah.
somebody starts singing from another corner, and then this choir joins. in.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
really
And different
nice.
countries, mind
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and some of them,
everybody's just
yeah, and
jamming.
sometimes it's just like they know the tune, but the words are in another language. But
Yeah.
we know it in English. It's
Yeah.
the same tune. It doesn't matter. You just sing.
Yeah. It's very universal.
Yeah,
It's the
it
language
is.
of heaven. That's what they say.
Yeah,
That's what it is,
That's
yeah.
what
Yeah.
it is.
We need to talk more actually on especially the humanitarian operations as well, which was carried in 2004. But before that, we do have to take a break right now. But before that, you need to join us on our Facebook fan page. Good morning, Sri Lanka. That's the show name. Go type it www.facebook.com/Good Morning Sri Lanka to be exact, and we'll be right back. And maybe take a guess and ask them to sing a song or two as well. We'll be back.